We've seen Travis Scott release a decent amount of sneakers over the past few years, and like clockwork, each one grows to be one of the most hyped sneakers out. However, today's sneaker doesn't fall as heavily into that category as you'd think, so let's find out why. Here we go, here is the box. Now, definitely a little bit different to what you would imagine, I guess, a Travis Scott collaboration box would be. It's all over brown cardboard. It is covered with the new branding, Cactus Corporation. You see that on the top, on the sides, and then of course this new logo, as well as the Nike logo just underneath. So let's pull these open and let's see what we're working with. You got the special paper in there too. This is the Travis Scott Air Trainer 1. Also included in the box is an extra pair of rope style laces. This color is significantly darker than the one included on the pair, but again, both kind of shades of brown. You also get this little piece here, which is a fabric shroud that covers the shoe, and we'll definitely talk about that in a minute. So here they are, the latest Travis Scott release, and I gotta say, it's very interesting. So let me give you guys a few release details before we dive into this sneaker. So this is the Air Trainer 1, dropped alongside another colorway of this model, which is all over a grayish light blue color. I quite liked that one. And then of course the three different Air Max models. There was the Baroque Brown, the Saturn Gold, and then exclusively released on Travis Scott's website was the Friends and Family colorway. They all dropped on May the 27th, and the trainer retails for a reasonable £145 here in the UK or $140 out in the US. So what is this sneaker all about, and why is it reselling for relatively close to the retail price? Obviously considering it's a Travis Scott sneaker. In fact, it makes this one the cheapest Travis Scott sneaker that you can buy. Yes, even the Travis Scott Jordan 33 goes for more money. But why is that? Are people just not liking this sneaker, or has the Travis Scott effect worn off? Obviously, it's tough to compare the Air Trainer to some of the other sneakers that Travis Scott has collaborated on. Obviously, he's touched some of the most hyped silhouettes like the 1s, the 4s, and even the Air Force 1s. But I don't think it's a bad sneaker by any means. In fact, I'd venture to say that some people who maybe bought these potentially thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna flip them, they might just reconsider once they see these things in hand. I actually think that the colorway on this is really, really nice. It falls right in line with the Travis Scott brand, coming with a bunch of different tones of, I guess, brown. You've got some more lighter chocolate browns for, I guess, the toe box, the tongue, and then of course the midsole. You've also got some darker and lighter browns, and then it's kind of finished or accented by this, I guess, maroon or almost Bordeaux color. Overall, I think these colors mix together super cohesively. It makes for an overall pretty nice aesthetic look to the pair of shoes. As for branding, I thought that they did something pretty different with not just the Air Trainers, but also the Air Maxes as well. Instead of plastering Travis Scott's name all over the website and all over the shoes themselves, they actually didn't put it anywhere. This entire new collaboration of shoes is just called the Cactus Corporation. So on this pair, what you're getting is the huge Cactus Corporation logo on the back of the sneaker, and of course the strap that covers the forefoot of the shoe. And then you also get the logo, which is rubberized and at the top of the tongue. tongue. The only familiar Travis Scott branding that we get on this shoes is on the insole of the left pair, and that is the Cactus Jack logo, which we've seen on plenty other collaborations as well. But obviously the one thing we can count on from Travis Scott is the signature backward swoosh, which is on this pair of shoes. However, it's on the medial side and not the outside like we've seen traditionally. When I got this pair of shoes in, I was kind of thinking, like, what is the purpose of the shoe? Like, what did they design this sneaker for? Is it sports? Is it running? Is it lifestyle? Like, what exactly is this sneaker? Well, according to Nike, it's a sneaker that was made to be worn anywhere. Now, as vague as that seems, you can definitely see the approach of utilitarian with this pair of shoes. And of course, you're getting straps, and the laces resemble a hiking shoe. You've got a bunch of zips all over it, not just around the back of the shoe, but also on the tongue, which is almost a signature now for Travis Scott, just having these little stash pockets. And then of course the addition of this waterproof shroud, which just pops onto the top of the shoe and ends up looking like this one right here, which this is not my favorite look by any means. In fact, I feel like I would hardly ever wear the shoe with this shroud on, but hey, it's waterproof. Maybe if you're out and about, maybe you're out hiking or something like that, it would protect the sneaker from getting extra muddy or wet. Now on the reverse of this shroud, it does have packing details, so it literally shows you how to fold it up and then at the end just pop it into the tongue zip just like this. Finally, there's some actual utility to these additional pockets that they've added to the shoe. Normally it's just left up to people's interpretation of what that pocket is exactly for. I will say the one zipper that I don't think is that practical is obviously on the back of the shoe. Now I can't actually get my finger inside, and there is some room in there, but whatever you store in there has to be very, very thin, so maybe like some money or something. Other than that, it mainly serves an aesthetic purpose of just having a zip on the back of the shoe, and also to rattle around when when you're walking around. I think all of those little details are super interesting, and another massively interesting thing is the material choice on here is unlike anything I've really ever seen before. Around the toe box and the back of the sneaker, you do get this kind of darker colored brown material, and it feels like some kind of woven fused material, like it's almost waterproof or something. And then the middle of the shoe that kind of moves up around the ankle area, I guess for lack of better words, is a corduroy material. Tongue and the toe box are completely perforated, and it kind of feels like maybe a suede, but more like, I guess, a felt material. Overall, the materials make this shoe super cool. It adds a lot of depth and a lot of interesting elements to the design of the shoe. So how do these feel on foot? How do they look on foot? And of course, what is sizing like? Well, let's start with the sizing. I would say go true to size. They fit me perfectly. So yeah, definitely that's what I'm going to recommend. In terms of comfortability, I actually think these are pretty comfortable. There's decent padding around the ankle area. And then of course, aesthetically, I actually think these look pretty good on foot, especially with a pair of cargos. They do look a lot better than I initially expected them to look. You let me know what you think of these things down in the comment section. Did you get a pair? Did you experience them in hand? Did that change your mind at all? Either way, guys, thank you so much for coming through, hanging out for yet again another video. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one. But until then...